So I'm wearing the new Paramo trousers. Paramo haven't really had a product like this before, so this is their first kind of foray into soft shell, climbing, scrambling, alpine style trousers. I've had them a little while now, done a few bits with them. As you can see from the footage, we went backpacking just above Blair Atoll and used them over a couple of days up there. So just a couple of days used, but I think a fairly good test of their metal in a Scottish march hill walking environment. I've used them for climbing and just locally in the North York Moors, and today I'm here. I've just done Sgurr Alasdair and they've been actually a really good companion. A bit of scrambling up from the top and the chute, oh the chute. So been useful to wear on the multi-day trip just from Blair Atoll. They came into their own on the first day. It was a cold but bright day, really windy, and well, they're not 100% windproof, they're windproof enough to keep my legs warm. I was wearing leggings underneath that day though, because I did realise that it was going to be cold, and it was cold. Next day we got up to walk back. We had about a 14-mile trip back and it pelted it down, it really did. Again, I was wearing leggings with them, and while they did get damp throughout, they aren't waterproof and they're not styled as waterproof. I didn't feel the wet. It's hard to explain because I was moving, because they were breathing well, they were a nice, well-made fabric. They just kind of worked really. When I got to the car and I obviously changed out to trousers, that's when I realised they were actually quite damp inside. But they were only damp as well. It's not like they were actually wringing wet through. So these trousers aimed at, they're aimed at people who are into mountain sports basically. Ski touring, climbing, scrambling, alpine, days out in Munros like I'm here today. My kind of main thing is mountain walking, and yeah, for that I think they're a good piece. Have a quick look at the trousers themselves. We've got a number of pockets. We've got 2 zip pockets here, which are fairly generous. We've got these 2 larger poppered pockets here which bellow out. One of the bits that I really like, and I've used quite a bit today, are the leg vents. Coming up the chute, the stone chute, it was actually quite hard work, and to be able to vent there, you lose a lot of heat through it, which is just exactly what you want. Got to the top, it actually got quite cold. This glorious sunshine I find myself in now, it's warmed me up no end. So, but when it was cold, I could just zip them back up again, and again you lose that ventilation and therefore you retain that heat. The soft shell material is fairly stretchy. It's not super stretchy. For climbing, it's not restricted my movement, so I'm quite happy about that. And you've got also the dynamic reinforcement, obviously in the knees, on the leg areas, protect against crampons, and there's also a bit on your backside. And again, that's actually quite useful for sitting down. So I can't say I've fully put them through their paces, but as I've said, I've had a few good mountain days out of them now. I've used them a fair amount for climbing. So far I've not managed to damage them in any way, which I just obviously aren't trying hard enough. They have a zip at the bottom to extend the lower leg areas circumference, so you can put them on some plastic boots as well. Not that I own plastic boots. I've got them in these here Zambalans at the moment, and they're pretty thick top boot to be honest, and I like the way they actually fit quite nice and snug around it, and they don't tend to move once they're in place. The fit, it has a tapered leg, which again for things like climbing, walking is actually really useful, because what I'm finding is that I'm not catching my leg on my other leg because the material is actually quite neat at the bottom, but at the top it is actually fairly baggy, so again that range of movement's there and not restrictive in that sense. They may not be the most stylish in that sense, but what do I know about style? But it is Paramo hill cut stuff, it's what you get. So all in all, yeah, they're a good trouser. They're definitely worth looking at if you're looking for a soft shell trouser for not... Got Raven over there telling me off, telling me to get on with it. They're aimed at, as I said, the people that are into their mountain sports. And I've never ski toured, so I wouldn't like to say if they were good for ski touring or not. I have obviously climbed, and they're definitely usable for climbing. Done a little bit of scrambling today to get up to the top of Alasdair, and again, I never felt that they were in any way restricting me, which is good, but it is a very simple scramble. The Dyneema reinforcements certainly help for things like knees and things like that. Not that they're particularly padded, but talking about padding, they do come with inserts, which again, to be fair, I've not used, which fit into the front, and I give you that extra padding for if you need to use knees more. And I'm guessing as well, if you're going somewhere where there's ice and snow and you're going to be pushing your knee into things, it'll also stop them from getting too cold and too wet. They're a usable, serviceable soft shell, and you know, as usual for Paramo, they're very breathable. But that's another hallmark of Paramo for you. They just do excellent fabrics. So all in all, yeah, they're good. I like anything, go and try them on. Most important, I think, to try on footwear, obviously, but I think trousers are one of the things you really got to try on. Go to your local stockist. They're a Paramo partner. They'll have the ability to actually order them in. We stock them at the moment, you know, and when comes a time when we are stocking them, we will be able to get them, because we'll also have the Paramo partner ability. So do remember that your local stockists have that ability. It's a really useful thing. You can try them, but you not necessarily have to buy them. So it's a wonderful day. I think it's about time I cracked on.